So now we're back in Belch's factory, and for the first time in a long fucking time, there's a new song, there's a new soundtrack. I'm still not going to tell you what it is, but you probably saw just then anyway. Oh well. The factory had become an extreme mess of smoke, screams, roars, and explosions, making it really hard for the children to move about without bumping into something such as walls, running Mr. Saturn's helplessly trying to locate an exit, or wondering why everyone was going boom, and other enemies that used to patrol the hidden location. For the same reason it was hard to find the factory using supernatural powers, Paula and Pooh couldn't use their telekinesis skill to find their captive member somewhere in their immediate surroundings. Everyone in the factory was blind in any sense they tried to rely on, and it looked like the roars became louder and louder. Oddly enough, there were jars of some kind of honey broken about the floor. The colour of the nectar looked a little familiar to Ness, but his attention was entirely focused on the chaos. "He's so going to level the entire place at this rate," Ness yelled as they came to stop to look around through the smoke. Juff started to cough a lot and tried to cover his mouth from inhaling too much smoke. "There's just too much smoke to see anything through here. How are we supposed to get through all the..." Oh, no, still Ness talking. My mistake. Ah, you see? He was using paragraphs correctly, because, you know, if Juff started speaking, he'd have to start a new one. But, yeah, or a channel, Chris, you outfoxed me there. "There's just too much smoke to see anything through here. How are we supposed to get through all this chaos?" He felt his right hand being grabbed on from behind. Turning around, he saw Paula holding his hand, with Juff and Pooh forming a longer chain. What's with the holding hands part?
"The last thing we want is to separate inside this place, ready to fall down at any second. It's better that we go forward together, while holding hands to avoid running into problems without company," Paula said. "We have to move in quickly. He may accidentally end up hurting Chris during his blind rage." Yes, we have to keep going," Juff said. "Or not. Someone has stumbled upon our way," Pooh pointed out. The four children looked to the front and spotted Sonic coming out from the smoke, looking scared that everything was going down to hell in the blink of an eye. That motherfucker fought like godlike beings in his games. What does he have to fear for a fucking up-jump Pokemon with a nifty knack for exploding things? He was also so frustrated that he couldn't find a right path to rush forward at top speed, yet he couldn't risk running into whatever the hell that monster was that was wreaking havoc and causing massive hysteria. What the hell is going on here? In here, he asked loudly to the direction where he came from, hoping someone from his side listened. "How did we even get into this problem? Nobody told me it was gonna happen." "Hey, you!" Ness called out to the dark hedgehog, getting his attention and earning a surprised gasp. You totally look like a bad guy, what with that dark aura thing and all. Tell us where you have Chris." "How you children got in here?" Sonic asked back before glaring. "So you're the ones who started this big mess in our hideout. Never thought you were capable of doing all this damage so quickly, and I should know about quick stuff." "In a sense, we did not cause this mess," Pooh said blankly. "You brought this upon yourself for fooling around with my group and the extra member." He's really quickly asserted himself as a member of this team, I see. "He is quite, shall we say, in a bad mood for you kidnapping his close friend." Who cares about that stuff? You kids need to get out of here, or else I'm going to kick you all out myself," he said with a cocky grin, regaining his cocky composure. "As if," Paula shot back, "you've been terrorizing the Mr. Saturns for far too long. We're going to put a stop to this mad plan today." "Try it!" Sonic yelled, curling into a ball that spun on its place. The children, never having met the hedgehog before, were quite shocked when he shot himself. That's the end. He just shoots himself. No, when he shot himself almost like a bullet right at them. But fortunately, Paula had jumped aside while still holding a tight grip on Ness's hand, which resulted in her dragging Juff and Pooh aside to the floor as well. Juff barely slipped on his feet when it happened, but the children didn't let go of their hands as they looked back at the smoke hole that the hedgehog left behind during his homing attack. "Goodness, his speed is too high," Juff noted. "Well, that should explain why he flashed that maniacal grin of his at the start," Pooh said. "Quite a shame that he didn't notice the edge of the floor leading to a deep abyss." The smoke cleared out on the spot where Sonic had shot himself into, revealing that there was a handrail that kept people from walking into an abyss on the other side. Sonic had unwillingly jumped to his death, bloody hell, given that they had heard him screaming a very long, profane word that they weren't ready to say anytime soon. After screaming that word, they heard him yelling, "Stupid hole! My worst enemy!" Oh, so he's dead, okay. Well, that's a shame. I thought they needed all the smashes they could get or whatever, so they could fight Taboo. Oh well. Or maybe it'll be, it's a bit of a Disney villain death. Maybe they can find some way for him to come back. Actually, no, knowing Aura Channeler Chris, he probably is dead. He probably, got smashed to pieces at the bottom. "Oh, classic smoke effect," Ness said. "I'm as slow as molasses. I would have been mincemeat for that guy if it hadn't been for you, Paula." "Perish the thought. We would have fallen into that abyss. We would have fallen into that abyss if he had struck us directly," Paula said. "That's nice, guys, but let's move on. We're losing a lot of time trying to find Chris," Juff said. The children continued moving to what appeared to be the northwest direction, carefully avoiding lots of hazards like falling debris and cracked floor, until they found someone else standing in the middle of a small metallic clearing.
"Can't you bozos try to do things right?"
Wolf complained at no one in particular behind the thick smoke.
"I can still hear the monster growling and breaking our collective asses. Why can't anybody get a hold of it?"
The children, except for Pooh, were a tad intimidated at the taller figure dressed up like the leader of a biker gang and its attack dog fused into his body. Ness had fought a gang leader before. Oh, okay, so it's like he's the leader of biker gang, but because he's a wolf, it's like the dog was fused into whatever. Ness had fought a gang leader before, but he wasn't as scary as the humanoid wolf in front of them. "I'd advise you to stay out of his way if you value your life," Pooh called out, making the lupine turn around and grimace at the children. "Seriously, he will no doubt maul you alive if he were to spot you."
Who the hell are... Wait, you're those children that humongous pile of puke was frightened about. There's that Ness kid with you,"
Wolf said, eyeing Ness and giving him a chill in his spine.
"Huh. So the kid walks right into our hideout without a fight."
Well, except for our guard dog totaling your base," Ness shot back. "And what's up with a creepy guy like you trying to kidnap me for those Mr. Saturns? Pedophile much?" Alright. Wolf grunted and flexed his claws.
"Don't care what you think about us. Our orders are to eliminate you and anyone else who tries to interfere with the mission. With you gone, it'll be one less nuisance for Lord Taboo to deal with," he said.
"Why is it that everyone wants to kill me? What did I do wrong in accepting this long perilous journey filled with danger and hardships? Do people just hate that a lot?" Ness asked loudly to everyone. "Why don't people focus a lot more on Juff, you prick?" Juff felt a lot of fright when Wolf turned his way. "Ness, don't you pit the hatred everyone has on you on me. You know I'm not really that tough," he said.
"Yeah, shut up, all of you,"
Wolf barked, leaping forward to the children.
"There's too much noise in here, and I'd rather get rid of you all to finish this thing, no matter if this place comes crashing down on my back."
Scatter! Paula yelled as she let go of their hands. The 4 children spread all over the clearing and avoided a claw stomp from the aggravated lupine. Despite being riled up by the situation, Wolf was clearly focusing on their targets, as he did a sharp turn once he had landed on the floor. He was fully intent on taking Ness down as he charged straight for him without missing a beat. Wow, this is the best sentence I've seen in this story so far. Third pedophile wants my butt! Ness shrieked as he looked over his shoulder and saw his assassin quickly catching up to him. Third pedophile wants my butt. That sounds like a video by Leafius here. That sounds like something he'd upload to YouTube. Or like a really shitty newspaper headline or something in The Sun or whatever. Pooh, as he looked over his shoulder and saw his assassin quickly catch up to him, Pooh overheard this. Well, technically he isn't his assassin because he hasn't killed him yet and probably won't, because he'll probably die too, like Sonic, because this story is fucking merciless. Pooh overheard the scream and quickly acted by casting a skill directed at Wolf's leaping feet. Wolf's leaping feet. PK freeze!
He shouted with open palms towards the lupine. Stop saying lupine, find a different fucking noun. Midway towards Ness, Wolf felt a chilling air circling around his feet, until said wind concentrated so much that his legs were frozen solid in thick ice. He yelped as he slid on the floor and tripped recklessly, growling in pain when his chin hit solid ground. To his great chagrin, Paula had followed with PK Thunder Alpha, striking Wolf's back twice with lightning bolts that tore the smoke cloud above. His increasing anger only got worse when Juff attacked out of massive panic with his gun by firing a dozen of shots wildly, though about a half homed in.
Damn, kids! No wonder you need to freaking die!
Wolf grunted loudly, banging his frozen feet on the floor to shatter the ice and break himself free. When he was about to do that, he rolled aside and managed to stand back up, only to find that the children were gone from sight. Oh, some arsehole left his car alarm on. Well, no. They're not arseholes for locking their car. Some arsehole touched the car, I guess, or whatever, trying to fucking rob you. Trying to rob the car. Good fucking luck. Oh no, it might just be automatic though. That's the problem with those fucking things. Where was I? Ugh. The children were gone from sight. He gasped and looked around to see if they'd planned an ambush. But it was difficult to hear anything with the roars and the explosions, just as how the naked eye was useless due to the smoke. It took a few seconds of recon for Wolf to realize the children snuck away while he was down.
You lousy little... Come back here!
He shouted as he ran to the east in the smoke cloud, thinking that was the direction they had headed to.
I refuse to go down without a fight.